Welcome back to the podcast. I cannot even believe that as I'm recording this show, sis, it is the 2-year anniversary of the Her Best Self podcast, and I'm pinching myself over here because we have over 60,000 downloads. We are in the ears of you right now, and I just am so honored. I am so honored. I'm so thankful. It's all because of you, and I just wanted to take the time to say thank you. So thank you. Thank you, friend. If you're new here or you've been here for some time, you matter to me. And this is why I keep showing up here twice a week so that I can pour into you. And that's what I'm about to do. So welcome back to another episode of the podcast. On the pod today, we're talking about a coaching over coffee question that I received from a recent listener that wrote in to the show and said, what can I do, Lindsay, to increase portion sizes when I know that I want to, I know that I need to, but maybe I'm just not truly feeling it out of fear? I love this question. We're going to talk about some things today, friend. You're going to want to stick around for this one. Here we go. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you. Because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess, trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it. So you can start living your best life as your best self. OMG, sis, I'm at it again. I cannot wait to talk with you about this question around increasing your portion sizes. I had a listener write into the show and she said, I know in order to find peace with food and to fully embrace recovery and find ultimate freedom, which is where I want to be long term, I must increase my food intake and my portion sizes. However, I'm truly a tad anxious and scared every time I think about this, or even when I'm sitting down to apply it. How do I stick with it and make it a habit that builds momentum? I adore this question. I cannot wait to shed some light into some tangible things that you can apply today if you are also increasing your food intake. What I want to start out with is sharing a little bit of a story with you because I have been right here. Maybe you're terrified to even think about increasing your portion sizes. Or maybe you feel right now like you are at capacity. There is no more. I want you to know you are right where you need to be in listening to today's episode. We are totally wrapped up and have been programmed by a culture where less is more. And we're constantly told, oh, just put the dressing on the side, or oh, don't drink your calories, or oh, you don't need those carbs, or oh, you can reduce, and eliminate. And that is what brings this diet culture, this wellness fads, like all the things is as a result of elimination. But what I'm here to tell you is you're right where you need to be if you're sitting in this place of, I know I could do more. I know I could nourish and honor myself more, but I am scared to just go and up portions or up meals in my day or even just increase some things right now. I know I'm not eating enough, but I truly don't even know what a normal adequate portion looks like. And maybe I'm just like, that's not for me right now. It's okay to be here. Okay? Where you are is okay. I've been there. In fact, when I first started working with my dietitian and she gave me this meal plan, I thought to myself, there is no way in HE double hockey sticks I am ever going to eat that much food. And that's not to be triggering, but I was looking at that meal plan and going, oh no. I'm not even eating like half of this right now. How do you expect me to increase and get this much food? That feels so uncomfortable. I'm just gonna blow up. All these fears and thoughts came into my mind. But the truth is, it's okay to be afraid because you're about to do something that is going to bring you future joy. You're about to do something. If you're even sitting here with the idea of, I know I should be taking in more and I want to do that for my future self, but I'm scared, I want you to know that this takes courage. This is going to bring you future peace. But the part that can feel blah, well, that's okay today. I want you to be okay with feeling anxious about this. You see, our culture makes us feel bad for anxiety. And sometimes anxiety can be a boost of healthy anxiety that you need to push yourself forward. And so what I want to tell you today is that it's okay to be afraid, because you're about to do something that is going to bring so much to your future self. She is going to look back on the you that you are right now and go, yes, girl, go kill it. Add some to your plate, because you are going to rock this recovery thing out. And we're going to get you to a place of honoring and nourishing and flourishing and all of the healthy things, okay? So the first thing I want you to really think about is understanding that resistance that comes up for you. What comes up into your mind, the thought, when you start thinking about adding more to your day or adding more to your breakfast or adding more, maybe even having breakfast? Like, what comes up for you? Is it the fear of weight gain? Is it anxiety about, I'm just going to go off the rails and lose control and never stop? Is it, what can I possibly eat? These are good, these are bad thoughts, like all of these things, and really thinking about food that way still. Is it this flood of all the rules of, oh my gosh, when would I even fit that in? Or how could I do this? Or what would I choose? Or I can't have this here if I have this there. This is just your brain spinning. And I just want you to see yourself in this place and understand the resistance. This is because you're about to embark on something amazing. And it's okay to be scared and still do the dang thing, okay? Fear is going to keep you stuck in the cycle though. And so thinking about adding more food is going to give you those feelings of heaviness, which is going to lead to more restriction, which is going to then overwhelm you, cause shame. It might even cause binging or purging in some form of fashion. And then guess what? You're right back in the cycle of wanting to do better, wishing that you could change, and yet you're terrified, but you're remaining here. Here is not where you want to be, or you would not be listening to the show right now. And so the good thing is that all we need to do, sis, is strengthen better dominant pathways within your mind that is encouraging that repetitive action and those behaviors in the brain. And how do we do that? Well, we bridge the gap and we change your current dominant pathways that are in your mind on repeat. And so this goes into the second concept that I wanted to talk about, and that is really understanding the facts. Okay, we think about food in a very different way. And so I want you to start encouraging yourself to think about these scientific truths, to think about the importance of adequate nutrition, and not just, oh, I hear you, I know that it's better if I eat a little bit more than I am, but actually the truth behind it and why it's better. And I want you to coach yourself and teach yourself these things. I had to do this in my own personal journey. Like, did you know that the brain is 60% fat and cells are constantly regenerating? That requires getting ample fats into your diet, which in turn has a complete result on your mental health and the state of mental health that you show up in every single day. And proper nutrition from carbs and fats and proteins support healing for your organs, for your muscles, for your skin, for your hair. All of this is just energy. It's energy that is needed for things like breathing and things like circulation and your digestion. Another thing to keep in mind is hormone regulation. This balance is so vital, girl. And many hormones only come from nutrients that you can get from foods. Hormone imbalance directly impacts your mood, your metabolism, your reproductive health. All these things are linked. Another thing is your immune system. Like, we are about to enter into flu season, into all the colds. But you're going to need adequate nutrition to fight off those infections that those kiddos are bringing home. And you're going to need to continue to armor yourself up for bone health as you age. And after years of malnourishment, we're just making up for lost time, sis. Your bone health can be compromised. All of these things can be compromised. And that is not to get you down on yourself, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've done this to my body. That is not what I want you to take away from today. I just want to bring the reality back to you that if you can formulate this in your mind as this is what I'm doing for my future self because my body deserves this level of health and repair and healing. It's something that I had to do, was really embracing nourishment. And that helped generate an increased desire for me to actually navigate increasing portions, okay? So how do we reframe thoughts around portions? Well, if you're thinking more food equals weight gain, right? Instead of that mindset, I want you to frame it up like this. If I'm adding more food in daily, I'm finally supporting and healing my body and its natural regulation. My body's learning to trust me and I'm learning to trust it. And we are about to do some fabulous things together because I am going to lean in to what my body needs to function and not just survive. And when you think about your food, I want you, instead of thinking about how can I survive and live off of less, how is food medicine? Like, this is a non-negotiable. Stop making it optional. And then really moving from this mindset around quantity thinking to quality thinking. Like, how can I get in all the good things? And when I say that, that does not mean only salad, but all the good things. Thinking about a rainbow, thinking about your carbs and your proteins and your fat, and looking at it from a holistic standpoint of I am honoring by nourishing. My body is so going to use this to heal itself. Then I want you to really get into the nitty-gritty of some practical tips that I'm going to share right now with you to increase your portions. You can do a gradual increase, which is what I did. But I do encourage you to work with a dietitian or a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian, but I do feel like I have a freaking PhD because all of us who have gone through an unhealthy relationship with food, it's like we know all the things. I actually have been certified as a health coach, so I'm perfectly capable of sharing this with you. But I did just want to state I'm not a dietitian. I encourage you to find one if you're looking for one that can help you with portions and adequate meal sizes. But you can really work through, with a dietitian, visual aids. You can have portions of adequate meals. And a lot of this work is going to acknowledge that maybe right now you've got some plate distortion. Like maybe you don't even understand in your mind what an adequate portion is. And that's okay. We can gradually increase. We can take small, consistent, committed increases. And that's what I did. So let's say I started with a couple eggs for breakfast and like that was it because I wasn't having breakfast, for an example. Well, can I add one more? Can I add some cheese to my eggs? Can I add a piece of toast on the side? It was small, tiny steps week after week. It wasn't trying to do all the things all at once with every meal. It was picking one small choice and honoring that. It was also looking for ways that I could kind of encourage myself to play a game. Like, oh, I'm just going to add a little bit more of that into my yogurt. Or, oh, I'm just going to have a little dash, another little bit, just to prove to my mind that I'm capable. And it was a fun game that was really great for me as I continued to lean into my recovery because it was like, oh, can I just add a little bit more of this condiment on that sandwich? And it felt good. It felt like I was pushing myself and challenging myself. And so it gives you that empowering and liberating feeling. And so I want to encourage you to do that too. Aim to have some variety. Add a new thing. Maybe this week you're going to add a wrap instead of having your salad for lunch. Like have some variety. That doesn't just mean, again, like all the veggies or whatever it is, but maybe you're used to very rigid meals or very rigid meal times. How can you challenge yourself to have a little variety? Maybe it's adding a granola bar or adding some sort of protein bar in between an area in your day, right? What is something that you could try on this week that you're able to commit yourself to go, you know what, this means I have really worked hard on my future self and I'm committed to this process. I want you to start there. Create a mindful eating environment while you're doing this, where you're feeling safe, where you're feeling supported, where you're feeling connected. I also want to encourage you to come on out to our Facebook group. We would love to talk to you all about portions or anything of the like when it comes to recovering from your eating disorder. It's so important to have a safe environment. If you're eating on the go, or if you're eating around people where you just feel like they're constantly staring at you or you feel uncomfortable, set some of those healthy boundaries for yourself. If you're going to increase a portion, have an accountability partner. That's what a coach is for too. Have a loved one that plates your meals for you or encourages you to have another bite. Or if that's even triggering, tell your loved one, like, hey, tonight I'm going to have an extra helping of rice, for an example. And then encourage them to hold you to that. These are tiny little things that could help as you increase portions. Decide on your increase. This is what I want you to do. I want you to think about, what is the one thing that I'm going to choose that is going to prove to myself that I'm capable? Because sis, that's all this is. It's fear in the unknown and this belief that maybe I'm just not capable and maybe I'm just going to blow up and gain all this weight. When you find that you can do these small gradual increases and your world is not depleted and your life is not over and nobody died, you are going to want to really get that continual charge, that feeling of empowerment that you receive from doing the next right thing. I want you to ask yourself, how can I care for my body today? And then go do that. Do it gradually, do it small, and share your wins with us. I want to hear about your wins over in our Facebook community. And again, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for a great past 2 years of this podcast. It has truly been such a wild and fun and encouraging ride for me because I get to meet all of you. I have met so many women, helped so many women heal over the past 2 years, and it is just a blessing. Thank you for being a part of it. I am so honored that you keep coming back for more. And if you're looking for more support, come fill out a client application. You can find more about how we can partner together, and I can help you personally with some of these things that you might be going through. But I just want you to know that it's okay to not be feeling it, and it's still okay to do it. I encourage you to pick one small action and then just hound it. Like, go for it, sis, because I believe that you can do it. It's okay to increase gradually and to prove to yourself that you can, with maybe a fun reward, like a brand new set of fall boots. I mean, who doesn't love that? All right, girl, I hope that you love today's show. Keep on listening. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.